Welcome to the Sabrina Marie Show. I'm glad to be back, and today we got a super guest. Her name is Sabrina Temple. Sabrina Temple is the creator of RollerComb. I am excited to interview her and go through the process of how she got this thing out there. Let's go. So we're on Facebook Live right now as well, and I want to welcome my guests and say hello to everyone that's out there.
Hello, everyone.
We have Sabrina Temple, and Sabrina Temple, she is the creator of the RollerComb, and I'm super excited to be able to interview her today, and you guys will be watching behind the scenes. All right, Sabrina, I am super excited that you are here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time.
Long time coming. We tried to do this interview a couple of weeks ago. I mean, about a month ago, I wanted you to do it, but you're so busy. But we finally got you and everything like that, so I'm super excited.
Yes.
Well, Sabrina, I'm Sabrina.
Yes,
she's Sabrina.
I'm Sabrina. Yeah.
And I met Sabrina a couple of years ago.
I met her 2016.
I met her 2016. It's just weird how we kind of met because I was in the salon. I was working in my salon, and she just happened to just walk in, and she told me that she was in the process of creating a tool. She was creating a tool for cosmetology, and I was like, oh really? So she showed me her product and showed me what she was doing, and she asked me could she do some videotaping in the salon, and I was just so impressed at her, you know, just going out there doing that and pushing and it being so positive. And of course, you being a black woman, because I love my black entrepreneur women.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have a big audience of everyone,
Yes.
but you know, I have a special love, and I just thought that, wow, that's great. Let's, you know, let me just go ahead and support you. Even I didn't even know her, but I just wanted to support you regardless of that. And then here we go, years later. I hadn't talked to you for after that. I had never talked to her. I never talked to her after that. And I often wondered about you, and it's so funny when you did contact me, I had just thought about you. You were in my mind, and I was talking to God about you. I was like, I wonder how that lady's doing.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I wonder how she's doing. You know, I wonder if she ever got her product up and running and everything like that. And then here you go, like a week later, calling me. I mean, texting me. I was like, what? I was like, this is crazy. So I'm just super excited that you are here with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Like this all come back full circle.
Yeah.
Well, what I want to do, Sabrina, is I want you to talk to my audience a little bit, and I want you first to introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about you.
Okay, my name, of course, is Sabrina Temple. I am the owner of J&J Temple Innovations, and I just came out with a great styling tool called the RollerComb. Basically, I grew up in Pennsylvania, northern Pennsylvania. I've always tinkered with little things. I used to break my mom's stuff all the time. I wanted to see how things worked. Or I wanted to take something, you know, in wood shop, you know, in middle school, we would make these bookends. I know everybody's done that, right? You make a bookend, they tell you what to make, they give you the pieces, you just need to put it together. No, me, I had to be different. I had to put legs on them. I had to put ears on them.
So you was a builder too.
So, yes.
You just didn't thought of ideas, but you actually put it together.
I wanted to make it different from everybody else's. I had to be different. I always wanted to think outside the box. But never did I imagine that I would be doing what I'm doing now. So it's really great. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. It's been an adventure. I'm learning as I go. And so here I am today with an actual product that I can hold.
That's so amazing in itself. So tell me a little bit about your invention. How did you even come up with the concept? First tell us about it, and then how you came up with the concept.
Well, the RollerComb, it was designed for stylists. When they're in a salon, you're doing so many things. You're multitasking. You're thinking about how you're going to put the hair up, how you're going to, you know, pin the hair down, how you're going to press it, how you're going to wash it, and what tools you're going to use in order to style your client's hair. And most of the time, you're picking up and you're putting down, you're picking up and you're putting down. And so the RollerComb was designed so that you can hold multiple things. Like when you have something in your hand like this, you have a tool that you can comb with, you can part with, you can rotate it down and pick something up while never releasing it. So you can have your blow dryer, you can have your flat iron, you can have your hot curlers or your your straightening comb in your hand, and you can literally pick up, do whatever you need to do. You can even actually braid with the roller comb. And then...
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
You have the styling tool.
Yes.
What are you doing with this? Do you have any do you have any experience in cosmetology? Like, how did you come up with that? Like, what made you decide to come up with a styling tool for hair? Like, do you do hair?
Well, in my teenage years, I used to do hair.
Okay.
You know, we used to do the jerry curls, we used to do the braids and all that. And I realized, you know, the more you do it, the more people want you to do it. And it was just a little side thing for me when I was younger. But as I got to an adulthood, I didn't want to do that. You know, I just wanted to do it when I wanted to do it. It wasn't a job, you know. So, but one day I have a daughter, and she has thick hair, long and thick hair. And she was sitting down, and, you know, we were talking, and I would set the comb down, and then I would braid or comb the hair up, put a rubber band on, set the comb down. By the third time, it's usually by the third or fourth time you sit your comb down, you're wondering, where is the comb?
That's true.
You stand up, you tell them to get up, you move cushions around, you're all over the place trying to figure out, where did I put the comb? And then you find it eventually, but it happens multiple times, right?
Right.
Well,
it's annoying.
Sitting there, the image came up, the vision came up, and I saw it, and it was something I knew that I had to create.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it came from a vision.
It came from
of
a
you
vision.
doing your child's hair.
Doing my child's hair.
You guys hear that?
Yes.
You guys hear that? You can have a vision, and you don't have to work in that particular field to be able to create something. And this woman took something that was necessary, a necessary tool that we all go through, because I know how many times I sit on the sofa just doing my daughter's hair,
right,
and I'm looking in between the chair and everything like that. So I love the tool in itself.
Yes,
I love the tool within itself.
Absolutely.
When did you start creating this tool? Like, how long has it been?
Actually, you know, this vision came to me in 2008.
2008.
2008.
Wow.
And
that's a long time.
It was because, you know, when I got the vision, you know, I knew I had to do something with it, but I had just gone through some life changes, and my focus were on my children. And so I, you know, even though I was drawing and trying to put it all together, you know, there were other things that I had to pay attention to. So for the first few years, and also I had just received a new job. I got a new job, and so my focus was just trying to live life, you know, and make things happen. But in the back of my mind, I was still planning, still trying to figure out day-to-day events. So, excuse me. So actually in 2012 is actually when I really started getting momentum and really looking at what I needed to do to get the product online. There's a short story, if I can tell it. So what happened was, I was working at this job, and I you know, work for Dominion, is public. I worked for Dominion Energy, and there was a young lady that worked in my group, and her church was having a function where they had women entrepreneurs come together and explore and uplift and encourage each other to get their business started. You know, if it's sitting idle, do something about it. Right. And so what happened was, I had bought my ticket, and I was going to go to this event, and I was excited about it. And then when it came to the time to go to the event, I decided that, you know, I got to do research about RollerComb. I got to find out how I get this started. And I was just, you know, on another plane. And so I told her, I said, bless somebody else with my ticket. You know, I'll check it out later. Well, the next week she brought me a program, and I was going through that program, and something hit me. There's a woman, an attorney, that had to speak at this event, and she had on there, take it off the shelf and dust it off.
Powerful right there. Ooh, that's touching me.
I said, wow. And I knew it was for me, and all I said to myself, I should have been there. And I didn't. So one day I was off and I called the attorney. And I began to talk to her. I think we had like maybe a 30-minute conversation on the phone about, you know, my ideas, because I have other inventions, I have other patents. And I told her what I wanted to do. And she says, no, I want you to start your patent with your beauty tool. And I couldn't even really go into depths about what it was because it wasn't patented, but that's really how, when I really started 2012, like having that discussion and getting it started. And she said, I want you to come into the office. And another thing she said to me, that
you had
really,
like a little push, someone to like kind of,
yeah, you know,
just to give you that encouragement to just keep going.
Well, because I had another product that I tried to design and push, and it was my first one, and I learned a lot from that. And I know that doing something like this is very expensive, and so you have to have a plan. You just can't just jump into this. You really have to have a plan. And what she said to me, when I asked her how much it would cost, she gave me a figure, and I told her there's no way that I can come up with this money to develop a patent for this product. And she says, you know, Sabrina, if people would only think of it as an investment instead of a bill, she said people would go further and their ideas would manifest. And when she said that to me, I thought about it. I said, every day we pay for stuff, and it's not an investment. So I decided that I was going to invest in this, and that's when I took the leap.
That is a blessing. That is a blessing. So where do you see this going? What is your goals for your patent?
Well, what I would like to see is my tool in stores everywhere.
Let's show them a box.
All right.
I mean, she is fully
Yes.
developed.
Here
This is her packaging.
This is
her RollerComb packaging. It has instructions in the box.
Okay, let's do this one.
Okay.
Then.
I'm sorry.
There
It
you
has
go.
instructions in how to use the comb in the box. She has different size for your
There's
fingers.
10 rings.
10 rings for your fingers.
Yes.
I'm trying to see. I want them to see all
Okay.
of that. 10 rings for your fingers. And these right here are the different sizes for when you could do like your parts and your picks and things like that. So you have different size. And I love the middle. I love this one right here.
Yeah, most people go for the largest one.
Yeah, I usually do that one.
Yeah.
And,
then also inside, when you open it up,
this
it
girl
has a bag.
Look, you see this?
And it has all the rings, the rest of the rings in it.
Look at that packaging.
And then
it's everything.
It has also more instructions, you know, because you probably won't keep the bags.
More instructions.
The box.
See, this is a well thought out plan.
It has to be.
See, this is this is not something that's thrown together. This is not a little deal. This is a big deal. This lady has actually patented her product. She didn't develop instructions how to use it. Her instructions is on the box.
Also, the scan bar is ready.
The scan bar is ready for the stores.
For shelving. Yes, for the stores.
She's got packaging,
QR codes.
I mean, when I say this lady did her homework,
U.S. made.
U.S. Did you hear that? It's
U.S.
made
yes.
here. It's
That's
made
why
here.
it took a long time.
Yeah,
that is why
it's made here.
Yeah,
she took her time with this, and I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I really wanted to interview you about this because this is not something that you sneeze at. This is not something that you just say, oh, she just made a comb and got a box for it, or she just put her name on someone's product. She actually did the work. She walked this out. She walked this vision
by
out.
myself.
She walked it out.
Yes.
And regardless of how much time it took and how much money you took, you came up with a product at the end of the day.
Yes.
And I want to see you go big. I want to see you international as well as nationally known.
Absolutely.
And to hit all the top stylists and let them get a taste of this and see what it's about, and let it be. It's wonderful to use when you're cutting hair. I love it to cut hair.
Yes.
that's the best way I like to use. I like to cut hair with it.
Yes.
But this is so amazing in itself. So tell me a little bit more. What made you decide? Well, you told me why you decided to follow through with it. You told me why you decided to follow through with it. How you get that strength to do something like that? Because I know a lot of times we start something and it gets difficult in the middle of it, or a life happens and problems happen, you know, and we just kind of want to throw in the towel. Like, what made you decide to like push? Like, how did you get that strength? Where did that come from?
You know, I'm a Christian woman, and I believe in God, and I believe that God gave me this gift. That's what I believe. And if I believe that he has given me a gift, who am I not to follow through? Who am I not to? I mean, I'm honored, I'm blessed that he chose me to do this. And so every time a block would come, I would think about, he chose me. He chose me to do this. I can't stop now. I believe in what I do. I believe in his gift. I keep moving. I can't stop. I can't stop. So I don't. No matter what people say to me, no matter what people say to me, I just keep going.
So do you feel like you had any negative energy come towards you when it came to developing your product? Like,
there was people that told me, don't name it the RollerComb, because it was dumb. It wasn't a catchy name, the RollerComb.
Well, I think it's kind of universal. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not one demographics or anything like that. I think it's universal.
But that's the idea that I believe God gave to me. That's the name that I believe God gave to me, and so that's what I use, and it's catchy.
Did you feel a little discouraged when you heard things like that from other people? Like, could you encourage my audience and let them know that if negativity come their way, how to block it and how you kind of like got through it? Because I know sometimes words can hurt, you know, especially from the ones that you love and the ones that you believe that, you know, should believe in you, that you feel that should believe in you the most.
And support you.
Yeah, and support you. And you know, there might be someone who you feel that should purchase your product and haven't done it or haven't put it on the platform after you've been so available and things like that. Like, how could you?
What I would say is, believe in yourself. First, believe in God. Believe in yourself. Believe that you have purpose. And no matter what people say, you keep focused. What is your mission? What is your objective? You keep focused. Every time I hit a block, I just pray. Like, what do you want me to do now, God? How should I proceed? And just move on that course. I just keep moving. What's the next? It'll come to you. As you keep believing and having faith in what your purpose is, the ideas will keep coming. They will keep coming. But once you give up, it just goes dry.
Wow.
You lose it. You'll lose it. And so I have been stagnated a little bit, but I never gave up hope. I never stopped. I know there's people that were with me when I first started this, and they didn't hear anything. Unlike you, you're like, I'm wondering what she's doing. You didn't say, yeah, I bet she stopped. She couldn't do it. She couldn't make it.
No, I
you
really
were
wanted
like,
you to succeed.
Right. But there's some people I know that are like, she's not going to make it because I didn't listen to their ideas or I didn't do what they told me to do. No, you know the vision. You know what God says to you. You do what God, have the ears to hear and listen, but funnel that stuff out. That doesn't work for you, funnel it out and just keep going. Don't stop moving. Keep going with your vision. If you've seen it, if you were able to see it, then it is so. Keep going. Don't stop.
Absolutely. And
Don't stop.
I definitely believe in that. And I also believe in some things too, is to carry on for your legacy as well.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes we our parents may have not had they may have been doing something and may not have the success that they want to see in that, and then they pass that gift down to us, and then we come and take it to another level, and then our children, they come and pick it up and they take it to another level, you know. So it's a legacy that you have built, and you have you're leaving this for your daughter. Nobody can't take this away.
No,
nobody can't take this away. You have created this. This is your patent. This is your stuff. This is all you. Nobody could take this. This is a part of your legacy of what you left behind. And I say that because, you know, sometimes we can be hard on ourselves and things like that. And then I look back at some of my things, and I would say to myself, I wrote 2 books. The most least likely person to do that. I have my own entrepreneur magazine. The least likely person to do something like that. And nobody can take that from me. No, that's a part of my history. That's a part of me, of who I am. And hopefully that my children will pick up some things and from me and be able to carry on and keep moving on and take it up to another level. Well, I'm so happy about this product. I can't wait to see it in stores.
It's coming.
Right. Is this for sale now?
It is actually for sale now.
Can you give the audience and let them know how they can purchase this? Do you have a way?
Yes, you can go on my website, www.rollercomb.com, and you can order your RollerComb set. It's $29.99 online. Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome. So it's already up for sale. Make sure you support our sister.
Yes.
Order these combs. They'll be a very useful tool to you. I approve of it as a cosmetologist in the beauty world for over 28 years. I approve of this this tool. I want to thank you so much, Sabrina, for coming and talking to me and talking to us about patent. Well, we didn't even get into that. Well, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
What I do want people to know too, about if I could.
Yeah, because I do want to. I didn't want to push too hard as far as the process and thing like that. You know,
that's a very detailed process, and I think, you know, one day we can come back and talk about that, and I can really give some good advice about, you know, patents and how to go
because
about
I know a lot of people who
ideas.
just want to know about patent in itself, because that's just not like a LLC or this is considered a trademark, a patent, right?
Yes.
So I know that's a little bit more intricate and detailed in everything that you have to do with that.
Right. All I will say about that is, if you have an idea, write it down, put a date on it, and try not to tell people about it. Get an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, so that if you do tell somebody, you have them to sign it.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't, you run the risk. You may think you can trust someone, but it's better to err on the side of caution and just have somebody to sign an NDA. Because I kept it close to me, and my attorney made sure that anyone that I spoke to, even while the patent was being processed and even after it was finalized, in some cases it's still good to use your NDA, because you don't want people to think that they have the rights to sell your product, to talk about your product, to make agreements about your product. You know, you want to be very careful about who you talk to about your product. If you have an idea, even going online, you know, be careful about how you do your searches, you know, because you start putting that word in there. I mean, I remember a time when I looked for RollerComb, you didn't see anything with roller in it. Now, if you go online, you see a lot of roller brush, roller space comb. You know, you see a lot of different things on there. So just be careful about, you know, who you tell your idea to. That's number one.
Keep your business to yourself.
Yeah, you know.
Keep your business to yourself.
It's not a secret when you tell somebody, right?
Right.
So don't go around telling unless you can really trust that person, and then also have that person to sign an NDA. But I wanted to say too, this product, you know, a lot of people wonder how this is made up. My picks are stainless steel, 304 stainless steel. I tested this in the harshest of harshest chemicals to make sure that it will not dissolve. The plastic is very high-end plastic. You can use it against a flat iron, because I know people like to do trails, if I can use that term, trail, when they're flat iron and comby. Because I told one stylist, I said, test it out. I said, I'm right here. If it melts or whatever, then I'll give you another one.
Right.
And so she was able to do a trail with a flat iron, and it was fine. The picks, they should not rust for a long time, because like I said, they're stainless steel, 304 stainless steel, the same kind of steel that goes on your car. You know, I want people to know that I really took time to think about the durability of the roller comb. It's not something you're going to go and buy and like 3 weeks you're buying it again. You should be able to have this for a while if you use it properly.
Have you tried to get it into the beauty supply stores and major manufacturers yet?
I'm working on it. Yes, working on all that. Yeah,
That's
I've
awesome.
been doing a lot of.
I pray that you do that. I really
a
do.
lot. You know, when you got a business, and, you know, I'm a sole proprietor of my business, and it takes a lot because you're doing a lot of talking. Yes, you're contracting people to do certain things. You know, like for instance, my design on my box, you know, I mean, I come up with something and then somebody else takes it and make it better. They, you know, take my creation and make it look like something professional. So I'm doing a lot of talking, a lot of emailing. The website is up. It's just a lot of elements that go into owning your own business. But again, you don't stop. You may take a little break here and there, but you don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. You know, it's like running, right? When you first start to learn how to run, I know this is off a little bit, but when you start to learn how to run, you start running, you get out, your breath just goes, right? My dad taught me, he said, you don't stop running. You just kind of run slow, but you're still moving.
Right, you keep on moving.
And it gives you a time to reassess and figure out what you need to do. Just keep going. Don't stop.
Right, absolutely.
Don't stop.
And that is the biggest key to this. And look, you got to the finish line as far as making a product. Now it's just starting where you're going to take it to the whole other level.
It's going to, I'm in the next phase.
The next phase. And that's awesome. And it's,
Yeah.
that's amazing. A lot of people can't get this far.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's just an idea in the head, you know, and we don't put it on paper and we don't walk it out. But I'm just so proud of you that you just walked this process out like that.
Yes.
And I would like you to come back to talk to us about patent and teach us how to do that. Just to,
the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, the do's and the don'ts and how to get started. You know, just
who you trust and who you don't trust.
Yeah.
What they say may not be what's really true.
Wow.
Cost
in itself.
It's just like, again,
just finding someone to make just engineer it.
Find somebody. Oh, there's a story about even manufacturing, getting the molds. I mean, I was this close to going to China to get it made. This close, but God, right? Oh my gosh, I have a story about that. The guys that are in Ohio who helped me get those molds made for me.
Wow.
It's. I mean, I have tons and tons of stories. And I'm pretty sure I'll be writing my book because never would have made it.
Ooh, I like
never
that.
would have made it. But
well, we're gonna hold you to that book because you do have some stuff that you need to pour out and teach some of us and help us get to the next level and keep pushing us forward too. And I really appreciate you for coming by today and talking to us and encouraging my audience.
Yes.
I really
stay
do
encouraged.
Thank you for that.
Yes, stay encouraged.
So, you want to let people know how they could get to you? Do you have like a besides your website? Do you have like a social media or anything that you?
I'm on LinkedIn. You can find me under Sabrina Temple. I'm on Facebook. I'm on. If you go to Facebook, just search RollerComb. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Look for RollerComb. If you just search RollerComb, you should be able to pull me up anywhere. Yeah.
Awesome. And thank you again, Sabrina.
Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh.
And I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Sabrina Marie Show. And remember, never let them see you sweat.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see what we have over here. We'll let that keep going, but this is our audience right now. Let's see what we have over here. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Sabrina Temple. Sabrina Temple is the creator of the RollerComb, and I wanted to interview her and basically show her product and how she created this comb for a cosmetologist or anybody actually. Anybody can buy this, but it's really good in our field and everything like this. And then she has these different sizes for your different fingers so you don't get kind of like you know, that one size thing, because I got a big finger.
It all depends on what you're doing and how you hold it. Just be creative with it.
So if anyone have any questions before we go, you can go ahead and ask any questions right now while we're here. I didn't give much notice that I was coming on today.
It's okay.
I didn't give much notice.
This is a great opportunity.
Yeah. So we have no questions today. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Sabrina Marie Show. And remember, never let them see you sweat.